offense early on, use up a lot of the shot clock, play their style until they're forced to adjust.
And the winning tip will go to Westmont as they clean it up, as you got to be careful. A team that scores 86 points a game, they put up points on you in buckets, and they don't ask a particular one guy to do it. But who sticks out for you on this Westmont offense?
Well, Westmont offensively, you got to look at Corey Blau. He's the guy, when he gets hot, he's impossible to stop. You'll look up at the scoreboard, he'll have 30 points up there.
And that's number 24, Sean McDonald. He's getting inside, and he's going to go to the free throw line.
We've seen Corey Blau here a few times at Haynes Spring. We've seen this Westmont team a few times. They come in for the Bud Presley Classic at the end of November. So I've seen him about 5 or 6 times play live, and I tell you what, Corey Blau, here's a guy who all of a sudden, you know, he'll knock a couple shots down. You look at the scoreboard, wow, he's got 22 points in just a few minutes of play. It's unbelievable how he plays.
I like your Collinsworth reference right there, and here's a guy who does it for this team.
I just kind of snuck out of nowhere.
I feel like you've been playing in that for a while, as Westmont with it, slowing the offense up, and that's a shot there by Corey Blau. And speak of the devil, as who we were just talking about, he knocks down the 3-ball for the first basket of the game.
And what did I say? You give Corey Blau any type of space, and he will make you pay. He is an impressive shooter, one of the best players in the GSAC. He's fun to watch.
Not to give too much credit to the broadcasters, but we do our research here. We know what these teams want to do, and we know what we got to do to be successful. As Ben Graham has it for the Oaks, he gets doubled. He kicks it over to Brad Sawin. Sawin with it on the wing. He gets a screen from Amaya Wood. He goes to the cup. 4 seconds left on the shot clock. Camaro has to throw it up from the corner. Almost banks it off. Almost gets the bank there from the corner. Pretty amazing shot. And there's a drive there. That's number 33, Hayden Anderson, as Westmont jumps out to a 5-point lead.
Yeah, and then when Westmont pushes the tempo, they're tough to stop as well. Nice vision from McDonald, rifling it off to the left side for the open Anderson.
You can see it. They're going to want to push tempo, and that's what you got to do if you average 86 points a game. You got to push the tempo. Amaya Wood with it. He's on the elbow, picked up his dribble. Almost an errant pass there. Sawin manages to collect. Graham with it. He pulls up from the mid-range, and he's just short on that. Amaya Wood with the rebound. He's too strong on the putback. Westmont going the other way.
The Oaks have made some nice shots on contested looks so far, just not able to get the lucky bounce to go in.
And that's going to be Sean Harmon. He picks up the foul. Foul there on Brad Sawin for the Oaks. Only the second team foul. That's only Sawin's first foul, as Harmon will go to the free throw line. Harmon, a good free throw shooter, 85% on the season, as he averages 11 points a contest. So free throws, if they want to shoot them, he goes only 1 for 2 from the line, but you don't want to force Westmont to go to the free throw line.
There's really nothing you want to force Westmont to do other than beat them, because they just don't do anything that's bad.
Really, you have to execute perfectly if you're the Oaks, if you want to compete with this team, because Westmont, they go out and they run it. As Asplin gets his shot blocked down low, and Westmont will take possession. Good block there on Corey Blau. He's been all over the court of late, as Menlo goes to a full court press here, trying to get some pressure on Westmont here as they manage to break it down. And that's Blau, a little out of control there, but he's going to manage to pick up his foul. That's going to be on Kalen Camaro. That's only his first third team foul, though, as we predicted in the girls' game. Fouls here early on for the Oaks.
Once again, highlighting the fact that the broadcasters do their research. They know what's going to happen. Not trying to toot our own horns or anything, but
we know what we're talking about. As this team, you can see the Westmont team, great ball movement there, and that's Sean Harmon with the 3. And that's going to force Iona to call a timeout for this. We're back here at Hames Rim after that short intermission. Westmont already jumping out to an early 9-0 lead here. Just 17 minutes, 15 seconds to go, as we're going to get a travel on Rosendo Amayawood. Menlo not looking like they're in the flow of their offense right now.
No, and that's what happens when you take on this Westmont team and they come out, start knocking down buckets. It can kind of be a confidence-rattling thing. The Oaks got to come out, be a little bit more mentally tough. Just focus on the small things of their game. Work on getting penetration. Get towards the cup. Be physical. When Menlo does all those things, they're successful.
And that's Blau for 3 at the top of the key. He cannot hit. Brad Sawin pulls down the rebound, and he's going to look to push as he passes it over to Ben Graham. Graham gets the screen from Asplin. He kicks it back to Asplin on the elbow. He goes in with the left. Too strong on that one. Rebound pulled down by number 33, Anderson. And the Oaks forcing a turnover right there. That's going to go off Blau's foot. As we're going to have our first substitution of the contest, as John Payne will come into the contest for Rosendo Amayawood.
And the Oaks needed to do absolutely anything possible to generate some sort of turnover and disrupt a little bit of the Westmont rhythm. Hopefully that can translate over into some offensive rhythm of their own.
It's going to be tough there because this Westmont team shoots the ball well, and they don't have a lot of turnovers either. As Asplin has it, they double him quickly. Sawin cutting inside. He fades away, and that's the first basket of the game for the Oaks. Sawin gets him on the board.
That's a good look by Brad Sawin. A very tough shot. The Oaks haven't had many easy-looking shots so far. They're going to have to knock down some of those tough-looking shots.
And as we can see, Westmont really moving the ball, and that's Harmon again. He comes up short on that attempt. Then Graham comes away with that loose ball. Graham looking to push, kicks it out, and that's a nice interception there by Westmont as we're going back the other way.
Aiden Anderson playing a game of where did he come from?
That's Blau right there. He's going inside. He goes up with the left, and he scored. Blau looking strong early here for the Westmont as he has 5 points.
That's a good matchup with John Payne on him right there in terms of size and physicality and having number 22 guard number 22. But the problem is Blau's a very experienced player.
Yeah, when you have the senior going up against the freshman, I'm going to have to give the advantage to the senior, especially the senior who averages the most points for this Westmont team. As Jeremiah Testa will come into the game for the first time, he replaces Kalen Camaro. No subs on the Westmont side. Scratch that. Number 42, Samuel Bentz comes on the floor, as well as number 20, Brenton Williams. As Testa has it, he's on the wing along, and that's actually a three-pointer, Jeremiah Testa. So the freshman getting on the board for Menlo.
Jeremiah Testa really enjoys it when you're doing play-by-play for men's basketball.
He seems to have a good game every time I do it. Called a game winner for him and a thrilling win for Menlo. And then in the last game of Ben's Vanguard, yeah, they were on the other end of losing, but Jeremiah Testa was the leading scorer in that contest for the Oaks.
There's something about Luke Halgerson's voice, even though we can't hear it. Folks, it must just be smooth enough or soothing enough or whatever you want to call it. Testa feels it.
He just must hear the mellow bass in my voice, and it just must give him that rhythm. We'll use that as the excuse for his well play, as that was almost their turnover. Jared Wall kicks it far side of Testa once again. Another three there by Jeremiah Testa. So we talk about him, and he knocks down another bucket.
Well, there's just not a whole lot you can explain, but Jeremiah Testa, 2 open looks, 2 open threes, and 6 points on the board for the freshman out of Belmont. If he can counter whatever offensive attack Westmont has, it could be a good day.
As McDonald has it, he kicks it back out. That's number 20, Britton Williams. Back to Williams playing a little hot potato game right there. Britton crosses. He goes, that's Westmont moving this ball really effectively. Everyone getting touches, playing hot potato everywhere. And wow, excellent shot there. Gerald Karcheski with the 3-ball.
And Gerald Karcheski is a guy who can really hit shots from anywhere on the floor, especially in the outside the arc.
An excellent take there by Ben Graham, as we have a score 14-10 here. 13:53 to go as Jeremiah Testa jumps on the loose ball. Bodies flying all over the place. And they're going to say that's Westmont basketball. Great hustle there by Oaks players. We're diving all over the court.
Well, that's hustle on both ends of the floor. Westmont and Menlo players, bodies flying all around. I think, Ben Graham was on the floor. I think Jared Wall even got a foot to the face from Sean McDonald inadvertently when they were going at it. They think football is violent when there's a ball at the bottom of the pile. Well, basketball proven to be just as dangerous.
It can be just as dangerous because you don't know where those bodies are flying from, as we have Stefan way coming on the court for Westmont. As for Menlo, we have Mikey Eagleton making his first appearance in the contest. And Stefan comes on the court, and he buries a three right away. So he's on the floor for 5 seconds and gets on the stat sheet.
Just showing the versatility of this Westmont team, but not just that, the way they move the ball around the floor. I mean, it's absolutely perfect. John Moore has a wonderful system in place here in Westmont. It is so fun to watch, and if you don't have your A game, it's impossible to defend.
And we're going to have a foul here. That's going to go against number 20, Britton Williams. Pretty amazing. John Moore in his 24th season at the helm as Westmont head basketball coach for the men's side, and his system has clearly worked for the past 24 years as they've been extremely successful this year and past years before that.
And the crazy thing about that is he's not even the longest tenured coach in the GSAC. Dr. Dave Holmquist of Biola, don't remember how many years he's been around, but he's, I think, 7th all-time in college basketball history for wins. Incredible that he's even at the NAIA level getting up there with NCAA coaches. And that's John Payne with the nice little mid-range game as 5-point game, 17-12 in favor of Westmont, and that's too easy right there, breaking down that fast break as that's Sean McDonald down low. And we're back to a 7-point lead in favor of Westmont. That's the danger of that kind of backcourt defense the Oaks are trying to play. If someone leaks through and Westmont finds a lane, you're going to have an easy bucket. You definitely leave your backline vulnerable right there as Jared Wall with it. He's going on baseline. He gets doubled, has to throw up an errant shot. Good bring down by John Payne. 8 seconds left on that shot clock. Payne has to drive, and they're going to get him for the travel. And coming in for the first time, Lisa Nawachi. And when we were watching him in pregame, he was giving us a little show at the scorer's table. He's got the best athleticism I've seen in the GSAC so far. And we saw that on display in the Bud Presley Classic. He got the start in one of the contests, and within the first 3 minutes of play, he had a failed dunk, a reject on the other end, and then a successful dunk, all in about 2 possessions. So he's really going to want to high fly it at the rim right there, as we're going to get a foul there. That's going to go against Jared Wall. Only his first foul for the contest. And you look at the way he's built, 6'7", weighs 225 pounds out of the forward position. He kind of also has a little bit of a look like LeBron James to him. He is just a fantastic player. It's amazing that he's not a regular starter for Westmont, but that shows how deep this team is. It truly does. If he's only going out there and he's only getting 14 minutes a game and only averaging 6 points for the athlete he is, you would think he would get more time. But this Westmont team, they don't necessarily need him to be successful. Westmont with it. That's Britton Williams with it. Britton Williams gets it back, and they just move the ball around so quickly. I can't even keep track of the names who's getting the ball. Rosendo Amaiwood playing some good defense, taking that one away from Elisa Nawachi. You're matching physicality with physicality. And Jeremiah Testa from the top of the key gets that one to rattle in. And he already has 9 points, 3 of 3 from three-point range. I think you're going to have to be the broadcaster for every men's basketball game the rest of the season, because they're not going to want me to be on the call. It seems like every time I make the call, like you said earlier, Testa has an exceptional game, and he's doing it right now. He has 9 points early. And we're going to get a travel there. And Menlo is going to take it the other way. And we're already seeing the ebbs and flows of this game. Westmont gets a little bit of momentum, and it seems like Menlo's playing really sloppy. Next thing you know, Testa hits a 3 and traveling on the other end, and Menlo's got it to a 4-point game. They can make it 2 or 1 point with this possession. As that's Sean Payne with it on the block. They bring the double team early. Testa with it. He goes baseline, kicks it out to Payne. Payne hesitates. And we're going to get a foul there. That's going to go against Britton Williams. That's his second team. That's his second foul, 13th foul. And he's going to get a sub. That's going to be Gerald Karcheski coming on the floor for Westmont. Mikey Eagleton with it. He gets it over to Payne. As that's Camaro with it on the wing. He pulls up, and he's too strong in that attempt. Testa pulls down the rebound, but he stepped out of bounds getting it, and we're going to go the other way. There's a lot of traffic underneath the rim that time, and some of the Westmont players, I think, knew they were beat in terms of position, so all they did was just force the Menlo players towards the baseline, heads-up move. It's pretty amazing, though. Even with Testa's size, he still manages to penetrate the lane and get offensive rebounds more often than you would think. on the season, he's got 3.8 rebounds per game, total of 57, 15 of those offensive.
Incredible, 15 offensive rebounds. Westmont with the ball. Great defense there by Camaro. And we're going to there's going to be a foul there. That's going to go against Kalen Camaro right there. That's going to be his second foul. 6-team foul there for the Oaks. One more, and they're already in the bonus. So, like we said in the girls' game, not a lot of fouls in that one, so a lot of fouls coming in this one.
Hey, the law of averages, right? It has to work out that way. If you're not going to see many trips to the free throw line in one game, the second game has to.
That's usually how it works here in GSAC play, as Karcheski has it with it on the wing. He dumps it down. That's number 42, Samuel Bentz. Kicks it back out. We got a 3-ball right there, and just exceptional shooting right there. That's number 11, Maxwell Huggins.
It's honestly, it's just remarkable when you look at this Westmont team and the way they can move the ball around and to find a guy wide open in the corner like Maxwell Huggins. I mean, no matter who's on the floor for Westmont, they're capable of scoring, capable of moving the ball around. They create space so well. It's impressive.
It's just incredible as Mayawood comes up just short on that attempt from the baseline. As Westmont looks to push, even without having numbers, they still look to push it and get that offense going. As that's Karcheski whisked it, dumps it down to Bentz, back to Karcheski. He pulls up, hesitates from three, and still buries the shot. Just incredible shooting here early on for Westmont.
Well, we highlighted in the opening, that's what Westmont's going to do, and if you get them hot, you get them rolling, you'll look up at the scoreboard and see all of a sudden it's a 10-point game. It was really close just a moment ago.
Incredible. This Westmont team, as we said in the pregame, 46% from three-point range, as that's Brad Salwin for three, and he comes up short for the Oaks. As that's Nawachi, and you can just see it. He goes up with a full head of steam looking to just throw it down at every opportunity he gets.
Boy,
gets tripped up right there.
He was absolutely ready and coming in hot. Fortunately for the Oaks, they were able to stop the highlight caliber play and force him to the free throw line. But, you know, if he's able to cash in with both, didn't really do too much good. Just made it less flashy, I guess.
10-point lead, 25-15 in favor of Westmont after the free throw there by Nawachi. That makes it an 11-point game. Nawachi, mediocre free throw shooter, shoots 63% from the charity stripe, but he knocks down both right there, as this is now a 12-point lead in favor of Westmont. So Menlo had a little cottonmouth here with their offensive as the last few possessions, so they need a bucket here. Ben Graham kicks it back out to Salwin. Salwin from the corner, and he comes up too strong on that attempt. Karcheski looking to push for Westmont. He penetrates the lane nicely. They kick it out. That's and he just misses that attempt. Good attempt there by Inoue, as Testa looks to push, and he's going to get the foul.
We go back to that same side of the floor where Brad Salwin had two corner threes. The first one he was too short, so he compensates on the second one, pushes a little bit too far. So that means, right, if he gets a third opportunity in that area, he's going to be just right.
Hey, usually third time is a try when it comes to those sort of things. So Ben Graham will get the inbound for it. Looking for the open man. Kicks it outside to Payne. Back to Salwin in that wing. He doesn't take the shot there. Payne with it. Back over to Graham. Graham's going to set up the offense. Still plenty of time. 20 seconds left on that shot clock. He steps out. Testa in the corner. Testa goes baseline, and he goes up. Cannot get the layup to go, but nice take there by Testa.
Tried to get around Elisa Nawachi, and for the most part, he beat him, but Nawachi just pushed him a little bit too much underneath the basket, and he didn't have the proper angle.
Testa still just does a great job of getting to the cup when he needs to, as that's a three-pointer there by Bentz, and he knocks it down. Just more excellent shooting here by Westmont early on.
Samuel Bentz doesn't look like someone who's going to take a lot of threes for this team, especially because he's usually on the floor when Sean McDonald is off. So he's playing in a post position a lot of time as John Payne gets that bucket. But Samuel Bentz is not afraid to knock down three-pointers, as he's on the season a 36% shooter.
Oaks trying to make this full court press, frighten this Westmont offense, but it's kind of tough to do that as this team just does things. Karcheski cuts all the way to the basket. He's too strong in that attempt. Poked out by Nowachi, and that athleticism, hey, he might knock out the bucket there, and there's a three by Karcheski. Great shot, and he's fired up after that one. He knew he missed the layup, and he wanted to get a basket. 17 in favor of Westmont, as Westmont has gone on a shooting tear, shooting 8 of 11 from three-point range early on here in this first half.
And when you're shooting that well from downtown, no wonder it's a 16-point contest.
Oaks are only shooting 41% from the field, so, you know, when the other team shoots that high a percentage from three-point range and you're only shooting 41%, trouble is brewing, as that's going to be a turnover there. Westmont will retain possession, so this full court press on for the Oaks as they need to make something happen down 16.
Those heads-up play by Nowachi. His momentum was going out of bounds on the baseline, flipped it back in off of a Mayawood, got the deflection to go out of bounds, and Westmont has possession.
Pretty amazing. You look at the shot chart right now. Karchevsky for Westmont, he's shooting better from three than he is from two-point range, and he has the ball right now. As he goes, as he drives, he kicks it out. That's going to be number 10. Harmon with the pull-up, and just an excellent pull-up jumper right there. As the Warrior onslaught continues, as we have Ben Graham with it on the baseline, he does a little floater, too strong on that attempt, can't get it to go, as Westmont looking to put, that's Nowachi who has the turnover. Jeremiah Testa with the nice cross, and he gets to the cup.
Able to get right around Elisa Nowachi. Jeremiah Testa coming up big. He's not afraid right now to go toe-to-toe with the big guys on Westmont's team.
He has 11 of the Oaks' 19 points right now, so being the real strong focal point offensively for them, they might want to get him more touches. Karcheski whisk it. That's three ball by Karcheski, and he is going unconscious right now. 4 for 4 for three-point range, and it's a 19-point ball game, and we still have 5:45 here in the first half. As Payne with it in the corner, he pulls up for three, and he's too strong on that attempt. Rebound almost pulled down there by Ben Graham, but one of the Westmont players knocks it out of bounds. Menlo will retain possession. We're going to have a couple subs come on as we have Corey Blau come on the court, as well as Sean McDonald. On the court right now for the Oaks, we have Ben Graham, Jeremiah Testa, Brad Salwin, John Payne, and Rosendo Amayawood, and they're doing an inbound play going shortest to tallest right now, as we're going to have a sub for Menlo as Jared Wall will come to the game.
Line up, it's picture day.
That's what it looks like right now. It looks like they're getting ready for their class photo, lining up shortest to tallest. Ben Graham finds John Payne. He's on the block. They double him. Testa for three, and he buries it. Jeremiah Testa playing unbelievably right now.
Oh my goodness gracious! I don't even know how to analyze what Testa's doing. He's just taking that teardrop three-pointer, high arcer, scraping the ceiling, but man, does it look pretty when it goes in.
Pretty incredible how we keep bringing it up when I'm commentating. Jeremiah Testa seems to have a good game. He's continuing that good game with 14 points. He has 14 of Menlo's 22 right now.
This is 3 games in a row. We've seen this for Testa after his outbreak game of, 26 or 27 a couple games ago, and then this one here. Oh my goodness gracious! I mean, you're going to become the voice of Oaks basketball, at least on the men's side.
I think Testa would appreciate if I did that. I don't know about you so much, because I know you how much you love to do the play-by-play.
Hey, you know what? If it's for the better of the team, might have to go with that sacrifice.
We got true team players here at Menlo College as Blau goes 1 for 2 from the free throw line. Oaks already in the bonus, 8 team fouls, as they trail right now by 17, 39-22, 5:10 here to go in the first half. As Testa has with it, he pulls up, and that unbelievable right now as that high arcing shot manages to go down.
I've never seen anyone take a shot as high as that from Jeremiah Testa. He's not getting up in the air a lot on a jump shot, but all he does is he just flips it with his hand. It goes straight up in the air with almost no distance, and it finds a way to go in.
A guy who just really knows what he can do offensively, as we're going to have a foul here. It looks like the refs even have to discuss what the foul is. We're going to get our call here, I believe. It's going to go against Jeremiah Testa being a little too aggressive. They're trying to get the rebound, as that'll send Blau to the free throw line. And it looks like they had to give Testa a warning there. But that's just Testa playing aggressive.
Yeah, I'm not really sure if it was a full-on warning given to Testa. I think they just didn't want anything as physical as that to escalate to anything more than it could have become.
Testa, one of those guys, a Russell Westbrook-esque player. 100 miles an hour, 100% of the time.
Well, we were talking to Jamison Montgomery earlier this week, and he said that in practice, a legitimate quote from Jeremiah Testa was, "Coach, I got 3 engines. I've burned 1. I got 2 more to go." He never gets tired. He's always playing 120% out there. And he's a fun player to watch with the elevated minutes he's had here in recent weeks. Boy, he's really starting to shine.
As the 3 freshmen are on the court right now, and Wall, as that's a nice dump down from Wall to William Asplin. As also on the floor is Jeremiah Testa, as well as John Payne. Ben Graham finishes out that lineup. So the 3 freshmen on the court, you think they're trying to get, they have their 4 leading scorers on the court. They're really trying to make things happen offensively.
Hey, when you're in an offensive slump, or maybe not necessarily an offensive slump, but when you're trying to match pace with a team that's shooting 9 of 12 from downtown, you need some scorers on the floor. Can't blame head coach Kaniel Iona for that.
He really wants to make things happen here, as that's Corey Blau. We're going to have a foul here. Just a lot of fouls coming here early in this first half for the Oaks, as they're already in the Westmont already in the double bonus. That's Jeremiah Testa's second foul, so you didn't want to see him pick up that second foul in the first half, but that might send him to the bench with that second foul.
I think what you saw, William Asplin giving him a talk, senior to freshman, just trying to calm him down a little bit, knowing it's still a very early contest. If you are going to play that aggressive, I think you got to save that towards the end.
That's Anderson at the free throw line. He makes the first one. Anderson, pretty good free throw shooter, 73% on the season, above the team average, as he only goes 1 for 2 from the line. So Westmont getting the chances at the free throw line, just they haven't been able to make 2. As Camaro looks to push this offense up to Payne, back to Wall. Under 4 minutes to go here in the first half. Menlo down 15 as they double Aspen on the block. He kicks it out to Wall. Wall kicks it out to Payne. Payne pulls up, and he knocks down for a 3. John Payne from the corner.
Well, the Oaks starting to hit some big shots now as well, heating up from downtown. They're doing everything they can to match this Westmont ferocious offensive attack.
The Westmont this has been an onslaught for Westmont. Offense has kind of slowed up here by going to the free throw line. They kick it out to Karchewski for 3, and he continues to pulverize this Oaks defense with another 3-pointer. He's 5 of 5 right now.
Unbelievable right now for Westmont. I mean, there's just nothing you can say. You get someone who has any type of space, and that Westmont shooter's going to knock it down.
He has been incredible. He's gone 5 of 6 from the field. His only miss was a layup, as that's Camaro from the wing. He cannot knock it down. Will Asplin comes up with the offensive rebound, and you would think they go to Asplin, as he definitely has the size advantage out there. Westmont with it. That's Blau, and they're going to get a timeout. John Moore not liking what he sees out there from his team. 2:53 remaining here in the first half, as the Oaks find themselves down 13, 31-44 in favor of Westmont right now, as Karchewski, we got to factor him out, 15 points, 5 of 5 from 3-point range early in this first half. As that's Blau, he dumps it down. That's number 24, McDonald, and he comes up too strong in that attempt. Oaks looking to push. Ben Graham gets doubled. He kicks it out to Asplin. He kicks it out to John Payne. Back to Graham. Graham had the open look, but does not shoot it. Kicks it back up to Payne. As that's Graham from the corner, and he hits a 3-pointer right there. So back-to-back threes there for the Oaks. That's the way to get yourself back in this ballgame.
Exactly.
10 points.
Exactly. Something to kind of get them rolling a little bit, make it a 10-point game. Now you work on cutting it down into single digits. Get it back to about 5, then a 1-possession game. And you just got to stop somebody on this Westmont end offensively.
That's Blau with it. He's on the elbow. Kicks it up to Karchewski. He definitely looking to shoot the ball. Goes up with his right, and he's going to get fouled there. As the fouls continue to come in bunches for the Oaks, that's going to be Jared Wall, his 3rd foul in the first half. And that's not what you like to see from your leading scorer.
No, and it's also very atypical of Menlo on the season. Had about 40 less fouls than their opposition, so that's about 3 less per contest, but so far you're already over 10, and Westmont's only got 4.
Karcheski at the free throw line. He makes the first one, 81% on the season from the charity stripe, so good free throw shooter as he makes both right there. So 12-point game here in favor of Westmont, just 1:50 to go here in the first half. Ben Graham with it over to Camaro on the far side, down to Sawin in the corner. He was looking to drive. That's to Asplin. He kicks it out to Graham. Graham in the corner gets doubled. He throws a pass up to Sawin in the corner, who throws it back to Graham on the far side. So a lot of crossing right there as Graham is too strong on that attempt. Rebound pulled down there. That's number 33, Anderson. As Karcheski he's looking to shoot at every opportunity he gets. An exceptional dig there by Anderson as he makes it a 14-point game. So Westmont offense doing what we predicted them to do, being efficient and scoring in bunches. As Graham has it, he's on the wing looking for that offense to develop. Kicks it far side, Sawin. Sawin from the corner as he is too strong on that attempt. And we're going to have they're going to call a foul here. I believe that's against, number 25, Kaylin Camaro. And more free throws coming for Westmont.
And that's also the third foul on Camaro. So Camaro has 3 fouls. The man they were subbing him in with was Jared Wall, who also has 3 fouls. It's not looking too good for some Oaks in foul trouble.
Especially guards who get big minutes for them and who they need on the floor when it comes to scoring and getting the ball and assisting teammates. So not how the Oaks wanted to start this ball game. That's Hayden Anderson at the free throw line as he knocks down the first one. Anderson only averages 7 points a contest as he makes both free throws. But like we said, this Westmont team, they don't need one guy to go out and score 50 points a night. They have everyone contribute to the offense.
Yeah, they'll have 5 different players score 50 points a night. One night it'll be Blau, one night it'll be McDonald, then Karcheski.
And we're going to get that's going to be off Will Asplin as Westmont tried to draw the charge there, threw Asplin off, and it just goes off his foot. As Karcheski comes back on the floor. He has 17 points in this first half, has just been unstoppable right now for Westmont. Running a little full court press here. Sawin on Karcheski. It's McDonald with it. Over to Harmon and then back to Karcheski. As they're really going to milk this clock. 2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. 9 seconds left on the shot clock. Karcheski with it. He goes to the cup with the right hand. That's off the side of the backboard. And we're going to get another foul here. That's going to go against Brad Sawin, and he's not happy about that call.
Menlo's just trying to be physical, play the game that they normally play. But these Westmont players, with the way that they move, they just have different movements about them that you don't typically see. They try to dance around contact to get an open look. And when you get off balance and then contact happens, it looks a lot worse than it really is. So Westmont draws all these fouls.
Karcheski knocks down the free throw. As that's now 2 fouls on Sawin as he goes to the bench. So guards who get big minutes for the Oaks going to the bench due to foul trouble. As Wall has 3, Camaro has 3. And for all you football fans out there, we're going to have to give a little shout out to the Falcons as they are taking it to the Seattle Seahawks, winning by 36-20 right now, 2:51 to go in the fourth. So looks like the Falcons will advance to that championship round.
Hopefully against my Cowboys.
You can only hope, Brian, you can only hope, as Kaylin Camaro will knock down the layup. Camaro knocks down the shot before the...
Defensively here, I think you'd have to go to some type of zone, I would think, because I don't think you have the speed to match him at man.
Yeah, at this point, it's too tough. Like when a team is just shooting this well, you literally just have to, sometimes just bring that double team, bring that extra man to be able to come help you on defense, because right now they're getting abused on the offensive end as Graham kicked shot from the corner, and good way to start the half for Menlo as they knock down a three-pointer.
And that's what I'm talking about. Ben Graham knows he's in the corner, knows he wants to shoot a three. As soon as he gets it, he's not looking to flip it out, get more space. He takes the shot, knocks it down. The Oaks with a good way to start.
In a 16-point game, the Oaks got to stay aggressive, but that's Sean McDonald with the easy layup right there as we're back to a 15-point game.
The Oaks breaking down inside the cup, something they didn't do a whole lot of in the first half. Breakdowns there on the defensive side, something they can't do here in the second half.
As that's Asplin down low right there. He gets the little hook shot to go. So 5 early points in this second half. 13-point game in favor of Westmont, though.
If anything for the Oaks, at least they're hitting shots, energizing the crowd, getting some rhythm.
And that's Karcheski. Still, his only miss is coming with inside 2 feet as he's still a perfect 5 for 5. He's the leading scorer in the contest with 19. As that Sawin too strong in that attempt, Amaya Wood cannot put that one back. Sawin just gets trampled right there. And that's Blau for a three-pointer from the wing, and he just, Westmont continues this exceptional shooting here as Blau knocks down another three-pointer.
Blau's the one guy you can ill afford to get hot because he was, I guess for all intents and purposes, relatively quiet in the first half at just 7 points. Now at 11.
Blau, so still, you know, you think the leading scorer on the team, he's going to go off, but that's not the case here. And that's Amaya Wood who gets the hood shot to go, and that's going to force Menlo to call a timeout. And we're back here at Haynes Prim Pavilion. Score right now 57-43 in favor of Westmont. 18-13 here to go in the second half. Still plenty of time for the Oaks to get back in this ball game.
They are absolutely right, and we've already seen the Oaks a little bit energized on offense here in the second half. Hopefully that's able to continue.
And Karcheski is just moving that ball all over the court. Had a nice dump down to McDowell, but he kicked it out to Karcheski, and then he kicks it back across the court. Blau has it. 6 seconds left on the shot clock. That's Karcheski from the corner. Hesitates, goes with a little floater. And that's Blau who comes up with a... Actually, we're going to have an offensive foul on Blau as they said he pushed off to get that rebound. And the few times John Moore, you usually don't see him get up off that bench and start yelling and getting excited, but right there, he's really animated about that call.
Yeah, you've seen him enough times to know he can be a bit animated when it comes to fouls being called. I think he's more of a fan of just letting the boys play, so when the game kind of slows down a little bit, I think it grinds his gears a little bit.
That's going to go against number 33, Hayden Anderson. That's only his first second team foul. Anderson has 6 points.
Hey, just going back to John Moore, though, as successful as a head coach as he is, you take that. I mean, you don't want to see something disrupting the rhythm of a game, especially when Westmont's playing this good.
With how much basketball he's seen, I think he knows a thing or two about foul calls, and he probably has more experience than the refs on the court.
Yeah, you're probably right.
As that's Kalen Camaro for 3 points. As it's only an 11-point lead for Westmont, this is exactly what the Oaks need to get their offense going.
Knocking down some big shots. They're creating space offensively. I like what I'm seeing from the Menlo offense.
As that's Blau, he kicks it outside. As Karcheski has it in the corner, he kicks it back out, setting up the offense. That's Blau. He hesitates, going to the cup, uses the right, and he goes soft off the glass. Great take. Excellent take there by Blau.
Corey Blau just does such a good job when he's moving inside the paint. He can cut left, cut right. He's just absolutely wicked with his fakes.
Well, he almost comes up with a steal there as that's Asplin outside. He dumps it down to Amaya Wood. Amaya Wood has him on the block, and he comes up short on that layup attempt as Westmont will take possession of the ball. And we're back here at Haynes Prim Pavilion. Oaks down 13 right now, 59-46 in favor of Westmont. Still plenty of ball game to go as we got 16-21 here in the second half. As that's Karcheski with a dime down low, and that's Sean McDonald with the bucket. Karcheski throwing some excellent passes here, so he's not just scoring, he's distributing the ball as well.
Yeah, and some just nice ball movement underneath the basket right there for Westmont. Oaks lost him in transition.
On the floor right now for the Oaks, Ben Graham, Kalen Camaro, William Asplin. Scratch that. Rosendo Amaya Wood, John Payne, and Jeremiah Testa, as John Payne is too strong on that three-point attempt. And there's a nice fake there by Anderson. Kicks it back out to Blau. Blau, as he goes straight at Testa. A lot of contact there, but no call. And he wanted a foul call, but the Oaks will be going the other way. Payne going all the way to the cup, and he just comes up short on that attempt. Pulled down by Kozowski. As for on the floor for Westmont, we have Sean Harmon, Gerald Karszewski. Sorry, I keep mispronouncing his name. I don't know why. We went over it 20 times in the pregame. Corey Blau, Sean McDonald, and Hayden Anderson. And that's Blau with a basket right there, as it's now a 17-point lead in favor of Westmont.
At this point, Corey Blau just playing a little NBA 2K on the PlayStation, hitting the circle button for the spin.
And that's a nice take there by Ben Graham to get the left-handed layup to go. So 15-point game. Oaks really need to play some stifling defense here. Westmont still shooting a staggering 69% from the field as Blau has it at the top of the key. Camaro on him. As that's 33. Anderson with it. He goes all the way to the cup, and he gets the layup to go. So back to a 17-point lead for Westmont.
Right, it's just nothing the Oaks can do right now that is stifling Westmont.
As that's Ben Graham there with a nice take. A little switcheroo in air, and he just goes soft off the glass. That's going to force John Moore to call a timeout, but we'll be right back here to Haynes Prynne Pavilion as we have a 15-point game right now. Oaks are down 65-50, 14-10 still to go here in the second half, so plenty of time for the Oaks to come back. That's Karszewski for three, and he's too strong on that attempt, and that's his first miss from three-point range. As Andres Nemo comes in the game for the first time for the Oaks, as that's Testa. He's going all the way to the cup, and he's going to get the foul call, and that's going to go against Anderson. Testa does a nice job getting to the cup for the Oaks as he just stays aggressive, and they need him to stay aggressive being down 15.
Yeah, that's why they got him on the floor right now, even though he's got 3 fouls.
Testa, an excellent free throw shooter, 89% on the season, and he knocks down the first one right there. So Westmont has 3 team fouls compared to Menlo, who only has 1. Wall comes into the game, so Oaks are going dangerous here, having 3 guys, 2 of their leading scorers, who have 3 fouls right now, and we're still early here in this second half.
Well, it's worked out for them so far. They only got 1 personal foul as a team here in the second, so they figured they can play around a little bit with that, especially to try and get some dangerous scores on the floor.
And there's a nice turnover there by Mayawood, who forced it, and Oaks now with a chance to make this a 10-point game. Nemo has it, dumps it down to Payne. Payne with it, and he's going to get the bump right there. So from one half, Menlo had all the fouls in the first. Now Westmont getting a lot of fouls here in the second.
Yeah, well, hey, we said they had to switch that up. Menlo didn't even attempt a single free throw in the first half. If this game works out in the favor of Menlo, where they're going to be shooting free throws late in the game, that will sway into Menlo's advantage. They might be able to get some points back. Amayawood
considered pulling up from that corner, but does not. Elects to pass it off to Testa, and now Nemo with it on the wing. He gets the screen from Amayawood, who has it, kicks it out to Payne. Jared Wall, little miscommunication right there. Payne has to get back. Nice move there by Anderson, who kicks it out. That's number 42. And that's Samuel Bentz with the basket. And we're back to a 15-point game.
Yeah, what a move by Anderson to cut around John Payne, turn his direction to the other side, and then back to Samuel Bentz.
Little miscommunication right now for Menlo as they almost have 2 bad turnovers. Testa going to the cup, and that's a nice block there, and actually going to get a foul there. And that's going to go on Elisa Nwachi, and he's probably not too happy with that call as he was on the floor when he was called for the foul.
Yeah, there wasn't a whole lot of contact, I think, with Nwachi and Testa there, but I think Testa was already fading back a little bit off the shot, and he saw the contact coming, and Nwachi just got in there, and the referee's going to call that every time.
Testa knocks down the first free throw. Like I already said last time he was at the line, 89% free throw shooter, so that they can get him going to the free throw line, Oaks will be in business.
And he's got 19 points in the game already.
So he's been aggressive, but he's taking timely shots. Shooting 6 for 7 from the field right now, so only has one missed field goal, 4 for 4 from three-point range. So Testa has been a force on the offensive end, as now he has 20 after making that second free throw. Westmont getting into the flow of things, as that's number 10 Harmon for 3. He comes up short on that attempt. Rebound pulled down by Wall. And the Oaks seem to be slowing this game up. That might be working to their advantage right now, if not letting Westmont get out and push the ball.
Yeah, Westmont's such a versatile team.
And that's Jared Wall going off the glass there. Excellent floater right there, as now Westmont looking to push it. And that's just great ball movement right there. When you kick it to a guy in the corner who then finds the cutter to the lane, there's not much you can do to defend that.
No, that play speaks for itself. Beautiful ball movement by Westmont, especially in quick transition.
And that's Testa going up, and they're going to get a foul, and that's going to go against Nawachi as he's running to the other side of the court, and as I think he knows he's coming out of the game after that foul. That's only his second team foul, so they can still keep him out there longer as Testa once again going to the free throw line.
Westmont now suddenly with 16 fouls.
So 16 fouls now for Westmont, one more, and every foul will force Menlo to the free throw line as Testa knocks down the first free throw.
And again, that's significant when you think there's 11:59 left in the game.
As Jervis does come in for Nawachi, as he knew he was going to the bench after that foul call. He wasn't happy about it. He was running, right when the whistle was blown, he was running towards the bench. Testa knocks down both free throws. That's Williams with it. Westmont going a little slower right here, not pushing the tempo. That's Bentz with it to Anderson in the corner. Anderson drives, and that bounces off a few guys. We're going to have a blocking foul. Kind of a late whistle there. Ball kind of bounced around a little bit, and that's going to go against Rosendo Amayawood. That's his third foul. Only second team foul for the Oaks. But with Amayawood getting his third foul, they got some important key players who are in foul trouble, and we're still not even halfway through the second half. And that's unbelievable. Sean Harmon for 3 just knocks it down. And we're back 14-point game in favor of Westmont. Nemo has it, and they're going to get a foul there. That's going to go against Williams, and that will put Menlo in the bonus. So Menlo will be shooting free throws the rest of the way.
And they like the sound of that, that's for sure.
Will Aspen will come in for Rosendo Amayawood. And it looks like Ben Graham will be coming in for Anders Nemo. But he'll have to wait after the free throw, as he is way too strong on that attempt. Nemo, not a good free throw shooter. Only 50% on the season, so, and it looked like it right there. Westmont getting into it. It's Anderson with it. He dumps it off to Bentz. Kicks it to Williams. Williams has it, and he has a nice cross. They're both testing him on the floor, and they're going to get a charge call right there. Way to get in front by Testa, and the Oaks will take possession. So Oaks will take possession of it. Has weird stoppage right there. A lot of not knowing what's going on as the Oaks will get into the flow of things. 14-point game, 72-58, 10:48 here to go in the second half. Oaks still have plenty of time to get back in this ball game. Graham with it, dumps it down to Payne on the block. He gets the double team, dumps it off to Asplund. Excellent pass there by John Payne, and it's a 12-point game now.
Yeah, good vision right there from John Payne. He had two Warriors out in front of him. He just stepped around the both of them and rifled a left-hand bounce pass underneath. That was well executed.
And we're going to have another stoppage here. Ref's going to have a little talk, and so more communication issues, but I think the players kind of like it. They get a little bit of a break, catch their breath a little bit. When the refs have to talk, they get time to catch their breath.
Yeah. Increased minutes.
As Westmont gets into the thick of things here, Anderson has it. As the game has really slowed down from the first half. Teams are scoring well, but Westmont has really slowed down their pace of play. Anderson with it, he pushes off wall, and that's number 42, Samuel Pence with it. He's too strong on it. Westmont will come away with the ball, and we're going to have a foul here. That was a quick foul call. Right when the defenders got over there, he was ready to blow that whistle.
Go ahead, Luke.
And that's going to go against 15, Jared Wall. That's his 4th foul. And that's not what you want from your leading scorer.
No, it really isn't. And that one, there wasn't a whole lot of contact, but both officials were right there to get a close-up. So I think that was properly called.
Westmont with it. Fresh shot clock for them. That's Harmon, kicks it back out, and their offense just moves so quickly. Bentz with it now. That's Williams with it. He goes up with the left, and we're going to get a foul. And that looks like it's going to go against Ben Graham. So 2 back-to-back fouls there for the Oaks. That's only his 1st foul, team's 4th. That's Harmon with it at the top. He pulls up from mid-range, and that just rims in and out. So Westmont's had a little bit of a dry spell here, haven't hit a lot of shots here, so doing exactly what the Oaks want. They've slowed down Westmont's offense.
Now it's time for their offense to kick it into high gear.
And it looks like we're going to have a whistle here. And that's going to go against number 44, William Asplin. That's only his 2nd foul. He looks like he gave someone the bump on a screen with someone coming through. So crucial turnover right there. Oaks should have brought it within single digits with a 3-pointer. Westmont's offense really slowed down there, but nice cut there by McDonald, and it's back to a 14-point lead in favor of Westmont.
And Asplin just lost sight of McDonald on that one. He had his sights set on him until he got right beside him. Asplin looked away, and McDonald snuck right by.
And that's Payne using a nice little hop step to get to the cup, and he goes soft off the glass. Excellent take there by John Payne.
Oaks have done a nice job of keeping it within about 12 to 14 points, but they got to cut this thing down to single digits, especially as we approach the final 9 minutes of play.
That's McDonald with a nice post move, and while Asplin does have the size, McDonald able to get around Asplin right there.
And McDonald now has 10 points as 4 players on the floor for Westmont have 10 points. All of the 5 on the floor, at least 9.
So everyone playing well right now as that ball is flying all over the place. Westmont players going down left and right to try and keep the ball alive, and you can see that's giving their bench energy of seeing the guys hustle for the ball like that. Karcheski on the court now, as well as Corey Blau, as well as Hayden Anderson, along with number 24, Sean McDonald. And to finish out this lineup for Westmont is Sean Harmon. As for the Oaks on the floor, Ben Graham, Rosendo Amayawood, John Payne, Brad Sawin, and Jeremiah Testa. 5 seconds left on the shot clock, and Sawin looks like that shot was blocked there by Blau. Good defense there, and he has it on the far side, and now Westmont will set up the offense.
Corey Blau has done everything for Westmont in his illustrious career.
And we're going to have an official's time.
He was bleeding at all. I couldn't pinpoint anybody on the Westmont side that had blood coming from anywhere on them, so I don't know where that is.
It was interesting. Amayawood was looking around at himself, being like, where is the blood coming from, and wondering why he has to change jerseys. And then, someone pointed out, hey, you got blood right below your belly button. So interesting sequence of events right there, and I just had to mention it's a bloodbath out there. As that's Karcheski, and his hot shooting continues, as he is now 6 for 7 from three-point land, and it's back to a 17-point lead in favor of Westmont.
Yeah, don't blink, and then that happens.
That's the thing, you get sidetracked for a second, and they're just putting points up as Testa gets the nice runner to go in the lane, as it's back to a 15-point lead. As Karcheski getting a little too fancy with his dribbling right there. And we're going to have a foul, and the and one. Brad Sawin with the and one opportunity.
And the Oaks closing it right back up. 13-point game, chance to make it down to 12. And I mean, that's exactly what they need to do. You know, play physical. They're getting the fouls, which weren't called in the first half. And I guess more stoppages of play. The media timeouts
And
arrive.
we have that media time and themselves down by 13, 79-66 in favor of Westmont. As we find Brad Sawin at the free throw line. Only a 50% free throw shooter for Sawin. As he misses that free throw, kind of shocking because he's a pretty good shooter from outside.
Yeah, sometimes the numbers just don't match up with what you'd expect. That's the case with Sawin and his free throws.
Might just be overthinking it, and that could be it, as that's a nice cut there by McDonald, as they have just been abusing Menlo with these back cuts.
Yeah, and the Oaks just haven't been able to defend it. It's something that they clearly do not defend well against, and you're not really going to see a team that executes it as well as Westmont.
And right there we have a little turnover, a little walking on Ben Graham, and John Moore was all over that call before the refs even, where he was screaming out travel, and then the refs, made the call. Westmont getting into it. Blau has it at the top. He's going all the way to the cup. Gets that one tapped away. Ben Graham picks up the loose ball, and they're going to say he was out of bounds. Blau not happy with himself as he saw he had the open lane, but got it poked away.
Nice hustle play by Ben Graham trying to keep that one alive for his teammates, but it was bang, bang, but he definitely did step on that one.
Blau with it on the block, one-on-one, and we're going to get another foul here. That's going to go against Caleb Camaro. And that's going to be the team's 6th foul, so one more foul, and now Westmont will be shooting free throws from here on out. As that's the 4th foul on Caleb Camaro, as he still stays in the game, though.
6.5 minutes to go. 166 Westmont.
But that's Blau with it. He has it again, pulls up from the mid-range, and he comes up short on that attempt. Rebound almost. Oaks almost lose it as two Oaks collide, but they manage to come away with it as Graham looks to get this offense going. Oaks need a bucket right here if they want to get into it down 15. They need to make something happen. Camaro has it on the wing, kicks it down to Payne in the corner. He wants to dump it down to Amayawood, who kicks it back out to Camaro. He pulls up for 3 points, and he's too strong on that attempt. Testa getting overly aggressive right there, trying to get the steal. Well, that's what Testa does. He is usually overly aggressive, and usually it pays off for him, but right there to no avail.
Yeah, I was just about to say, normally you don't see it come back to bite him like it has here today with the 4 fouls. Normally his aggressive style of play, it just causes havoc on the other end, but when your team is smart, as well disciplined as this Westmont team, you got to be a little bit smarter than that.
As that's Blau at the free throw line. He knocks down the first one, and you can tell he is anxious to get that ball going down the cup like he was in the first half. He now has 16 points. For his second attempt right there, he rattles that one to go. Checking back in for the Oaks, we got Jared Wall coming in for Kalen Camaro. So still Jared Wall, he has 4 fouls against him. You think the Oaks might have brought him in a little too early here with 5:50 to play, or do you think they just want to get this offense rolling?
They got to find a way to get a spark to this offense, especially now that it's a 17-point game. They had to do it.
And good kick by Wall, finds Graham in the corner. He's too strong on that attempt. Payne comes down with the rebound, and he's battling inside for it. Kicks it back out to Graham. Graham hesitates with the pump, back out to Payne. Payne with the pump. Back to Graham, little hot potato action, back and forth play as Graham will reset the offense. Still plenty of time on the shot clock. We're going to get a foul here. Looks like they're going to get Karchevsky with the call. As now the Oaks are officially in double bonus. Rosendo Amayawood going to the free throw line. Only a 62% free throw shooter.
But he's wearing number 30 now.
So let's see if that makes any difference for him. To no avail as he misses the first one too strong.
Hey, wishful thinking.
We're optimistic over here on the broadcast, so we hope everyone else out there is as optimistic as we are. He comes up for that second attempt. Too strong on both attempts, so the jersey swap doesn't pay off in the short run, but let's see if it does in the long run. As it looks like right now, Westmont's going to slow down this offense. They're really going to get for good looks, and not really playing into the Oaks' advantage at all.
Can't fault them. They got 83 points on the board, 5 minutes to go. They're just looking to milk this thing.
3 points off their season average as the Oaks force a turnover right there. Testa finding a Ben Graham. That's going to go off a Westmont player. But the refs say, interesting call right there as they say it's going the other way. Looked like from our angle that it went. Just under 5 minutes to play here at Haynes Pavilion as Westmont gets the quick bucket right there as we're not 4 seconds out from the timeout, and Westmont already pushing tempo, gets the bucket, and I believe that's going to be number 24, Sean McDonald. Correction. Hayden Anderson, he's going to the free throw line as he got the and one. So a 19-point game, could make it 20 right here with the free throw. He buries that one, so 20-point game, 4:52 here to go. As the Oaks have an uphill battle to climb, but that's what happens when you go against these tough GSACs opponent. Westmont came into the game ranked number 7th in the nation, and they might be moving up here in the next rankings as Testa pulls up for 3, and that's his first missed three-pointer of the contest. Amazingly, the Oaks offense has been efficient. They're still shooting 50% from the field, but unfortunately, Westmont's shooting a staggering 65% for the game.
Yeah, that's the problem, and Westmont's offense just always does exactly that. They never seem to miss a beat in the ballgame.
As Blau with the exceptional move, using his size to create the space as he gets it. 22-point game, 4:04 to go here. As Ben Graham with it, as the Oaks really need some offense here as they double Graham up top. Payne has it, kicks it to Wall in the corner. Wall wanted to shoot, but he's Blau on him, and they're going to get Blau for the foul call. A little overly aggressive defense by Blau. Like how he gets after it, but with the 22-point lead, you wonder why he's being so aggressive.
I'm trying to match the intensity of one Jared Wall that he's guarding right there. I guess you can't really fault him for that, but it is a bit surprising to see the veteran Corey Blau with a foul like that.
Wall going to the free throw line. 73% shooter on the season from the charity stripe. Averages 11.7 points per contest. He buries the first free throw. So we're going to have a huge platoon swap here for Westmont as we have number 11 Maxwell Huggins come onto the court, as well as number 14 Stephen Ione, as well as number 20 Britton Williams. Number 44 Noah Bland will make his first appearance in the contest. And a little stoppage here, and also on the floor is Zach Jervis for Westmont. We're going to have a lane violation there by Jared Wall.
Yeah, very rarely will you see that on the shooter, but he just bluffed everybody out, and everybody went into the lanes thinking he shot the ball.
So a little, I guess, what do you call that? Is that an encroachment call in football for basketball lane violation?
I mean, I've honestly never seen that called in the game before. I've never seen a free throw shooter try to do that.
The first time everything here at Menlo College, pretty interesting. He wanted to fake everyone out. I don't know what the logic of thinking was. Oaks putting on some good pressure right there for almost coming away with that turnover, and he throws it from his knees, gets it over to Williams. So they have it. Stephen now with it, dumps it off. That's number 35, Zach Jervis. Back to Ione with it. He dumps it down. That's number 44, Noah Blanton, who gets the bucket. So he comes onto the floor for the first time in the contest, and he gets on the stat sheet.
Not a bad way to make your game debut right there. Hard-fought bucket, a nice look, and again, it just shows the depth of this Westmont team. They bring in a whole new line of players, and it doesn't seem like they're missing anything offensively.
As for the Oaks on the floor right then, John Payne, Jeremiah Testa, Andres Nemo, Rosendo Amaya Wood, and Ben Graham. As Nemo getting some good minutes in this contest. But that could be much due to the foul trouble that these Oaks guards have been in, as Wall and Kalen Camaro have been in foul trouble this entire contest. And it looks like the Oaks are going to make a little platoon swap of their own as Mikey Eagleton comes into the game. Michael Hauser making his first appearance in the contest. Should be noted, brother of our lead production guy, Max Hauser.
It's always fun when he comes into the ball game. Max seems to have an extra vested interest in the contest.
He definitely perks his chin up a little more when Housey comes into the game, so definitely giving his brother some love really shows him the support that he needs, and that's just brotherly love right there.
Baby brother and Michael Hauser, though he's actually 4 inches taller than Max. Max is 6'8", who was on the basketball team as well. Michael's 7 foot flat.
Mike looks like he's got an extra 20, 30 pounds on his brother as well. Williams with it. Nemo on him, kicks it out. That's Stephen with it. As he kicks it, that's number 11 right there. Maxwell Huggins with it, and we're going to get a foul call here. That's going to go against, I believe that's going to go against, Jeremiah Testa.
11, Jeremiah Testa, his 4th.
And that's his 4th foul.
Maxwell Huggins shoots 2.
Oaks have 9 team fouls.
Maxwell gets a break there, and
So Huggins, he misses the first free throw attempt coming in.
Number 42, Eric Fredlin.
Eric Fredlin making his first appearance in the contest, as a few guys who usually don't get minutes for the Oaks are getting some time here.
Yeah, when you're down by 21, 22 points, as you see right now, the Oaks have got to get some fresh faces in there. Give them some quality minutes against a very good team late in the game. It's valuable for them moving forward.
It will work for them in the long run if you get some guys who maybe not get some minutes, prove their worth out there. They can maybe make something happen, get more into this rotation. He's on the floor right now for the Oaks. Tyler Evans, Michael Hauser, Eric Fredlin, Mikey Eagleton, and Andreas Nemo. So guys who usually don't get a lot of minutes outside of Eagleton, as they're Tyler with it on the far side. He goes baseline, pulls up, he gets his shot blocked right there. Hauser, and they're going to get Hauser with the foul. And since it's an offensive foul, that does not send Westmont to the free throw line. So 2:14 here to go. As a matter of fact, not one. Actually, scratch that. They're going to the free throw line. So it shows how much I know.
Well, that one was in fighting for the rebound, I think, instead of an offensive foul. So that being the difference.
Loose ball call, yes.
Yeah.
Go to the line for the first time.
That's Huggins who knocks it down. 92-69, 2:14 here to go. So this Westmont team doing what we expected. High-octane offense, shooting well from the field, and Menlo, wasn't enough.
Yeah, I don't even think we expected to see Westmont come out and play as good as they have here today. 93 points on the board with still 2 minutes to go. Shooting the lights out of this building. It's just impressive what they bring to the table every game.
It has to be noted, shooting 78 from the three-point line. They have just been unconscious from out there. And that's Michael Hauser with the bucket as he gets on the board for his first basket of the contest. That's Williams with it. Westmont does look like they're slowing up the offense a little more. They're really letting that clock run, but that doesn't mean they're not going to run their sets. They still have it, they dump it off, and then he goes through the lane. So their offense is still running, just not as efficiently as it usually does. Williams with it, has Eagleton on it. Williams has to throw up a shot. That rims in and out.
Wow.
Great hustle there by Blanton to keep it alive. And Westmont bench just loving every minute of that hustle.
Almost a foul by Blanton. He had to be careful. It came over the back of Eric Fredlin. Almost some contact being made, but nicely done by Blanton.
Blanton now with it on the elbow. Back out to Williams. As we're going to get a timeout here as Moore wants to make some subs as he wants to get some guy on the court. Brandon Jones coming on for his first appearance of the contest as well. As Gage.
Shelmadine.
Thank you, Brian.
I was waiting for that.
Having a nice little dyslexic moment here on the broadcast booth. 2 seconds left on the shot clock. And an exceptional shot there by Huggins, who just knocks down the jumper. And it's now 96-71, 25-point ball game. Getting some laughs over here from my fellow commentator as we went over that name a couple times and still just can't had my tongue as Evans pulls up for the mid-range jumper and he buries it. as now he gets in the stat sheet.
It happens to the best of us.
I'm glad you consider me among the best of us.
Of course you are. You're at Menlo College.
I appreciate it very much so. As Westmont have it, this game was over well into the second half as Westmont still laying it on. Hauser comes down with the rebound and 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Evans throws it up at the buzzer, does not convert, and that'll be your ball game.